US President Donald Trump substantially raised tariffs on steel and aluminium imports on Monday to a flat 25% without exceptions or exemptions. Now, Trump signed proclamations raising the US tariff rate on aluminium to 25% from his previous 10% rate and eliminating country exceptions and quota deals, as well as hundreds of thousands of product-specific tariff exclusions for both the metals. Talking to the reporters in the Oval Office, Trump said the tariffs on steel and aluminium are without exception and apply to all the countries. Trump also has promised detailed information on Tuesday or Wednesday on his reciprocal tariff plan.
Simplifying our tariffs on steel and aluminum so that everyone can understand exactly what it means. It's 25% without exceptions or exemptions. And that's all countries, no matter where it comes from, all countries. If made in the United States, however, United States of America, there is no tariff, it's zero. So if it's made in the United States, there is no tariff. All you have to do is make it in the United States. We don't need it from another country. We'll be doing reciprocal over the next, I would say 2 days, don't you think? 2 days, yeah, maybe.
Well, Trump first targeted steel and aluminium for tariffs in 2018 and then later granted several countries exemptions, including Canada, Mexico and Australia, and struck duty-free quota deals for Brazil, South Korea and Argentina based on pre-tariff volumes. The latest measures are expected to take effect on the 4th of March. Trump also indicated that he would consider additional tariffs on automobiles, pharmaceuticals and computer chips. And despite saying no exceptions or exemptions on tariffs, Trump has agreed to consider an exemption for Australia. Well, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese informed about the same following a telephonic conversation with Donald Trump, which is their first since the US leader began his second term. Albanese said he remained confident a deal could be reached with Donald Trump.
I presented Australia's case for an exemption, and we agreed on wording to say publicly, which is that the US President agreed that an exemption was under consideration in the interests of both of our countries.
And now to discuss more on this, I am joined by DD India correspondent Amit Mukherjee from New Delhi. Good morning, Amit. And in the latest tariff row now, Australia says it remains an exemption. What is the latest you're tracking on this?
Well, Deepika, as far as the Trump administration is concerned, the signals that we are getting from his side is that this war, this trade war, global trade war is going to go beyond just tariffs. Because, apart from the tariffs, which he's kind of levying on a lot of products which are coming into the American market, of course, one must understand that America is an import-driven economy. Most of the products that the consumers use in the US market are all imported. Now, apart from the tariffs which are being levied on, imports from various countries, Trump administration is also going ahead to impose certain standards, the North American standards. Now, the latest has been also with, we have seen it with aluminium and steel. Apart from the levies that he has introduced, his administration has introduced, he has also warned that going further later this week, he is going to also, his administration is also going to levy certain standards, for products which are coming into American markets. This is primarily because of the substandard products which his administration said are coming in from China as well as Russia. I mean, these are, again, primarily metal-based products. So, I mean, one is that also he's going to widen the entire, this entire tariff story. Now, he's saying any country which levies tax on American products will now come under the ambit of this additional tariff, which means that any country who is kind of exporting products into America will also face similar tariffs if it levies tariffs on American products. So, of course, again, Trump has said going further, he's going to make more elaborate announcements about new tariffs on products like semiconductors, cars, and, of course, pharmaceutical products, which are largely imported into the American continent. Now, again, there is some sort of a concern that because Chinese chemicals are also used by a lot of drug cartels which are operating in the American continent. That is kind of some sort of a restriction. But on one side, when there is a lot of tariffs that is being levied on countries which are already trading with America, that in fact opens up opportunities for other countries which are not, because this tariff is going to increase costs of products that will be sold in the American market. So people who are able to, countries which are able to compete with those cost structures of products, I mean, it might just open doors for new countries, to sell in American products, because not all countries are being slapped with tariffs by the Trump administration as of now. So on one hand, where we are looking at a tariff, escalation situation across the globe, and as far as America is concerned, it might also open up challenges, opportunities for many countries which might find way into the American market, Deepika.
In both the cases, seems like a win-win situation for Donald Trump. But on the other hand, Canada's industry minister has said that the tariffs are totally unjustified. How are the other countries reacting to this?
Well, everybody. I mean, when you levy a tariff on products of a certain country, of course they feel the pinch, of course, because the cost of that product is going to go up in the country which is importing it, and which also makes easy for it also makes the market competitive. So in case there are domestic industries which are manufacturing that product, the cost, the domestic cost, the cost of those domestic products might just come down, and which would make it more consumable. But of course, yeah, because of this tariff war, the other countries are also responding in a way where they are slapping reciprocal tariffs. For example, China has slapped a lot of tariffs on products like LNG, crude oil, and other farm equipment products which are imported into their country. And so has Canada as well as Mexico. The very interesting thing is that, I mean, going ahead, Trump administration is also not sparing its own partners. For instance, South Africa is again a big ally as far as America is concerned. But the recent aluminium and the steel tariff that has been imposed, that has been announced recently, that is going to affect South Korea also, which actually exports a lot of metal products into America. Deepika?
All right. Thank you so much, Amit, for joining us and bringing us the latest on this developing situation.